Hello everybody and welcome to yet another special episode of Is It Kino? Mumkey and Eggy on the couch, live action edition. None of that podcast bullshit today, because we're discussing something that frankly deserves the prestige of the camera and the couch. Welcome to our casting call for Ryan's World, the movie, rated R.
Bum 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 bum. Ryan's World. That's what it's called, right? It's like how the theme song goes. I think I remember seeing this on PBS or something.
I've only seen the movie. They did not play the theme song. Basically, somebody paid us $10 on stream to go physically see this film in the theaters and review it. And Eggy, I have been deceiving you. This is not just a normal review of Ryan's World.
Oh, really?
There's a surprise for you here in the couch if you would like to open that flap in the middle there.
Oh my goodness, really? Death Nut? Uh-oh.
The way I see it, if we're going to talk about this for 20 minutes, how about every 4 minutes we have to eat one of these nuts of various levels of heat, starting from 1 and going to 5.
Well, you know, that's really how intense the movie was. It really kind of started out on a 1 for me, and
wait until the timer's going if you're going to talk about the film.
Oh, okay.
I mean, my goodness.
Y'all ready for this? That's level 1, a special blend of Carolina Reaper, dot teal peppers, and the deliciously warm West Indies Scotch bonnet.
Not a brother up. We only need to eat one.
Yeah, it all kind of came out. I have a problem sometimes. Too much nut comes out at once.
Too much into somebody's hand.
Yeah.
Okay, should we get going? So Ryan's World, the movie. Ooh, that's got a little right off the bat. Even number 1's got a kick right when you put it in. I want to say right off the bat, we've been doing a lot of YouTuber movies. With Low Res and Hans, we have like a whole series, me and Eggy and them. And we invited them to review this movie with us before we were even paid to do it on the live stream. Which, by the way, if you want to see that live stream, YouTube did take it down. It's now on Eggy's Rumble. Link in the description. Go check it out. You can probably hear one of my cats playing with their shit in the litter box. I'm not editing that out because we got a fucking timer going. But my point is, they did not want to review it, and it's their loss because it turns out this is the best YouTuber movie by my estimation. Now, it is kind of a cheat, because the YouTuber in question, Ryan, did not actually make the movie. He didn't write the script. It's being produced by professionals and adults, which is why it was watchable. But if you don't count this as a YouTuber movie, then disregard the opinion, and I respect that. But in terms of movies starring a YouTuber, this is the most entertaining and least egregiously painful to sit through. Eggy, I said a lot of words, go.
Yeah, so the movie starts off. Listen, we're like 30. We're not going to know about like some 6-year-old that unboxes toys. I thought it's got to be trash. I didn't have any idea what was going to happen.
Me neither.
He just walks in, and he's like, he's going live to 15 million people on Instagram doing a magic trick in his backyard.
15
with his
million.
Yeah, that's what it said.
And now you wouldn't expect this, but while we're watching Ryan's World, the movie, Eggy whispers in my ear, "This scene reminds me of Bros."
No, but he's
right, but I did not expect this to happen.
Quick rundown. I'm gonna make it so quick. In the opening scene of Bros.
I mean, we could go slower.
Okay.
I mean,
the guy, the bro of the film, if you will, it's this totally insane, nonsensical thing. He's like live on Facebook, and millions of people. He's just sitting there drinking coffee. He's like, "Wow, I'm the smartest guy that's ever lived." And everyone's like, "Oh my god! Oh, we got 5 million live viewers." I mean, Aiden Ross and Donald Trump driving around in like the Trump Lamborghini had like 500,000. So let's keep it real here for a second. But at least the thing about it was when they started in Ryan, when he's going live on Instagram and his non-binary Zier friend is on the ground like with the phone getting the good angles. They start at like 1 million or something. Okay, this guy's got 38 million followers. That makes sense. But as he's failing the prank, he's like, "Oh, I don't know what's going on. The magic goo is gone. Oh, Ryan, we're at 15 million. Everybody loves it still for some reason, even though you're failing."
My impression of Ryan in this opening scene, as somebody who has literally never seen anything that this person or his family has ever produced, is that Ryan is a complete professional. His only goal in life is to be a good entertainer. He's just trying to be a standard magician. He's not conceited. He's not trying to make it all about him. He just wants to put on a good show. And everybody else in his life is getting in the way of that. His little girlfriend, who's the cameraman, is like fucking Freddie from iCarly, flipping around the camera. Oh, look at me! I need some clout too. I'm Ryan's best friend. Don't forget to give me attention. The older gentleman who he's doing the trick with is to his face like, oh, you're doing it wrong. You should do it this way. Like telling the fucking star of the show, the face of 15 million subscribers who are watching concurrently, how to do his job. Like, everybody is just a horrible prick. And then, worst of all, his twin little sisters are hiding the goo. Oh, time for nut number 2. Okay, let's pause my opinions as we get nuttin', folks.
All right, the party is starting. Carolina Reaper, Ghost Peppers, and the wicked 7-pot brain strain.
Okay, sounds like we're at a weed store.
Listen, anything that's gonna get more strains in my brain, I need that.
Okay.
Here's your nut, sir.
Nut a brother up. Let's get 4 minutes on the clock. Does this one seem hotter than the first one?
It's got that slow burn.
Yeah, it's creeping up on me.
Yeah.
But my point is, we watched the Fred movie. I hate the character of Fred. He's insufferable, and he's in the movie the entire time. But this guy, Ryan, you know, am I wrong to like the character of Ryan? He seems like a protagonist who's not too annoying. He's not too aloof. His motivations are pretty much pure, but he's not like extremely boring. I think they found a good balance of he's bland and normal enough without being painful to be entertained by.
Yep, and something that you noticed in the film early on, not to spoil this.
But this is a 2? We have 3 more to go?
Yeah.
Oh!
Not to spoil
We're
the
not
film,
reviewing
folks.
this shit.
It's a fully animated film that's capped on both ends by live action. Anyways, Ryan Toy reviews. He looks like he's been chewing rocks covered in mud his entire life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's got a crazy snaggle fang tooth just right there.
On one hand, we noted that it really adds to the authenticity of his image, but also, if you don't know, when if you have braces, it can make your jaw recessed. So his parents, they're playing the longest long game. They had this kid unwrapping a package, and he's like 5 years old. It's like 10 years later, he's still making movies, still pretending like he's 4 years old.
He was like 13 in this, right?
Yeah, probably. And he's not going to get braces. He's not going to get a recessed jaw. The crowding in his mouth is going to naturally repair itself through the proper natural means of growing. And then once he's like 20, he's probably going to be Chad. He can come back and do it all over again in some new way. But anyway, so after the failed magic
I want to
trick,
keep talking about his tooth. Because in terms of likability, I love it when people have some sort of physical abnormality or craziness that they just wear proudly, and they don't try to hide it or cover it up. They're not taking Ozempic to hide their crazy fat belly. They're just proud to be who they are and what they are. And as somebody who has had fucked up teeth my whole life, to see the face of YouTube kids, one of the most successful people on the internet of all time, have the most insane fucking like pyramid-shaped snaggletooth right at the front of his mouth on display in a movie on the big screen. This is like a fucking 10-foot tall snaggletooth. I thought it was inspirational. I wish they'd put more people with fucked up teeth, more people with acne, more people with any physical abnormality. I love watching shows about midgets. Just show me more freakish people on the screen so that freakish people like me can
You ever
feel
seen that special stories for special kids or whatever, where that guy looks like Giga Nordic Chad and he's always got the messed up people, which are differently able people? Yeah, maybe Ryan could do that someday. He's going to sit down. He could have like people with like 2 heads or something. And
he's going to date
guys.
that 2-headed white chick?
I think she's like 40 now, so as long as she ain't a sicko, you know what? It is
Give
what
it another
is.
10 years. But we have not really described the plot of the movie yet, so let's get into that. Basically, it's if I was 12 years old and you said, hey, we're going to make a movie about you, you can come up with anything you want. What I appreciated about this movie is that it felt authentic to that idea, because the plot is there's a magical comic book about Ryan that he finds in the secret section at the comic book store. and his twin little sisters, who he's been bickering with at the beginning of the movie because they want to get his attention. He's not spending enough time playing with them. He's too focused on being a professional entertainer. Let's get another nut. Thought synopsis will continue with the third hottest nut in my mouth.
Next up, question your commitment. Carolina Reaper, 7-pot Douglas, and double ghost pepper.
Okay. Double ghost pepper's the third place.
Yep. All right, receive this nut.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
We're nuts for Ryan.
Starts with like a good coated crunch, and then immediately pain.
So the two little sisters get sucked into the comic book. And I want to talk about child acting. Because usually in movies I hate child acting, but only when it's in a serious movie where it's mostly adults in it, and then like you have one shitty child actor that ruins the whole thing because they're not on the level of the professional adults. But I like it in something like this because they're all equally terrible. Ryan and like they have literal 4-year-old girls. These are probably his actual real life sisters. I don't know.
I believe they are.
I've never seen a movie that had like genuine 4-year-olds acting, and it's
Not since the Olsen sisters.
Sure, yeah, but they're terrible. Like the Olsen sisters were good.
Not since the dog era.
like in Full House, like you believe Michelle, but like these girls were terrible, and I really like that. I like it when a child is just like getting their lines out. You know, it feels like a miracle. Do you think we're gonna get the next two nuts down, Aggies? Is this worth it for
That's
you?
what my wife said, and she figured it out. So
okay. Sisters get sucked into the comic book world. Ryan goes in after them, and that's when the live action ends, and it becomes basically an anime, and it looked very much in the style of Dragon Ball Super. I would not be shocked if they got the studio or an adjacent studio or were inspired by it. But a lot of like the landscapes looked like Dragon Ball. The design of the characters and like the little creatures and monsters were very reminiscent of that kind of anime. So it was all very professionally done and looked authentic. And the writing was on the level of like a Johnny Test, like just a Saturday morning cartoon that is not especially horrible and painful to sit through. You know, it was perfectly mediocrely standard, and that's what makes it the best YouTuber movie.
yeah, I thought the dubbing of the characters, the writing, the pacing of the dialogue in the animated scenes, it reminded me of just like Sonic X or like a standard TVY74 kids cartoon, because the film actually is rated PG because there is physical conflict. I'm feeling weird.
Should we not do the fourth one? Should we get it out now?
It feels like, remember when we put on the ab electrocutor?
Yeah.
That's what it feels like in my whole body.
Oh no. Maybe, yeah, I don't want to harm my friend Aggie over a poor Ryan's World movie review. I'll eat the fourth one and maybe you can bow out. Yeah, I don't want to, because Aggie's taking a flight tomorrow. He's going to New York City. I don't want him to be shitting his brains out on a flight because of some spicy nuts that he ate.
That's pretty true. Here, I'm going to go. I'm going to do my best right here. But you patch me up while I fail. Alright. So sisters want his attention. They rip open his custom comic book. They start drawing themselves in. They get sucked in. They're lost. Where'd they go? He sees the comic book. He sees they're inside. He uses magic crayon. He gets in there himself. So he's in there with these action figures who turn into like real animals or something. I don't know. They're from the show. They're not really that important, to be honest. But he's in there, and there's like his evil twin, who is him with a backwards R.
That was also Kino. I like it when the villain of something is just the evil version of the main character. Shout out to Case Closed, aka Detective Conan. You got Jimmy Kudo, whatever his name is in Japanese, and then the Phantom Thief kid is just Just Jimmy with like a monocle.
Also,
very funny.
So speaking of the chibi-like proportions of these characters in the comic book, and a bit of a stilted animation of them in this comic book world, reminded me of one of my favorite things. It's called Lodos Island, which is its own manga, but it was included in an OVA, the Record of Lodoss War OVA, which I think was the 24 episode OVA. It was included in like 2 or 3 minute portions at the end of each of those episodes. Big similarities to Lodos Island, which I really love, and I really appreciated that. Even the bad dubbing and bad dialogue at times.
You think it was all intentional? Just
because the dub of Lodos Island, it was so bad that it was good. It gave it its own campy quality, and that doesn't really apply to this because it's not so campy in the plot.
I think that the words did not match up to the mouths.
Yeah,
and I feel like it was more intentional than not. Maybe it was trying to just be.
Because I don't know what with the. I'm sure a lot of the subscribers probably are from Asia. They probably aren't. The majority of these 38 million are probably not in America or in the United States of America. So maybe it was originally voiced somewhere else, but I doubt it because Ryan's original voice is there.
Yeah.
Speaking of original voices, I think you did bring this up. The two twin sisters who voice themselves in live action, they are replaced with professional voice actors in the dubbing.
Yeah, I believe the actress who plays Stocking in the English dub of Panty and Stocking is one of these. Not one of the sisters. It was one of the other characters.
It was that animal, whatever.
Yeah.
Who I already forgot.
But yeah, so they got authentic English anime dub actors in this movie. So it's. I thought it was cowardly to replace the 4-year-old girls with professional adult actresses. I thought they should have kept voicing themselves as cartoons, just because I liked hearing them struggle to say anything at all.
Oh fuck! I'm not gonna get on. Wait, let it beep. The main evil bad guy. He's not the top of the totem pole. The dude who was like 20 years old, who ran the strange comic book store with the weird closed-off adults-only section that was actually just rare stuff. I guess they didn't want kids putting their greasy fingers on it. OMG, he's the big bad, the real ringleader.
Spoiler alert!
All right, Mr. 4 for 4. I need you to expand on these plot points for me. I think I have to tap out so I don't die on my flight.
You know what? That's our Ryan's World review. I give it a 2.5 out of 5. Aggie, what's your final score on Letterboxd?
Well, I would be remiss with mentioning what I had. So the main layer is a volcano, great trope, and they're using this volcano to have an eruption that's killing like the nearby town, which is full of all these like decent people based on the story of the Red Titan comic book, which is like the superhero alter ego of Ryan. He drops Mentos into the lava to make it do like Mentos and Diet Coke, which then makes it erupt and hurt people. Yes. That was that was honestly hilarious.
Evil, I think. Like it doesn't burn you, it like makes you evil.
I might have missed that part.
They talked about it a little bit. Like the town was covered in lava, but it was turning the town evil. I don't know. It's perfectly mediocre, which makes it the best.
Yeah. I would say if you got a kid out there, they probably should never have known what this channel is because it means their iPad kids have been watching slop. But if you need someone to put on in a pinch, you got your niece over or something and need to put something on to...
If you're only allowed to show your toddler YouTuber movies and it's this or Fred, choose this every time.
Oh, yeah.
Like this opposite ends of the spectrum. Fred is the all-time worst in terms of professionally made. This is as good as it probably will get until Mass State Lottery comes out. But do you think Low Res and Mass State Lottery can even compare to Ryan's World the movie? I doubt they're going to have this quality of animation or star power.
I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt, but it was the best YouTuber anime probably ever. And my final thing is I'll settle at a solid 2.5. Cool. The live action sucks and it mars it a little bit, but it's good enough. It's like a 2.75.
It was campy and bad enough to be enjoyable because it feels like it is just a literal Asian family making a home movie that they put it in the theater, and I kind of like that.
Yeah. So my final plug is go watch The Record of Lodoss War OVA and watch Welcome to Lodos Island. I think the whole thing, it used to be available on YouTube. It might still be. Welcome to Lodos Island will get you everything. This will get you and a whole lot more and probably for free. Good stuff. I would show it to a child that was left in my care so I could do something more enjoyable.
And if you want to see us eat the level 4 and level 5 nuts, that'll be if we get 100 members to the channel. That's right, 100 members of the Treehouse. We're at 77 right now. 23 new members. We'll do a members-only video for you. Eating the whole bag of nuts. That's right. It's not a verbal contract.
You know, I'll go through it because as long as I don't have to board a plane in like 5 hours,
yeah,
I'm going to
that's
be
the main issue.
I'm going to be
now.
shooting sickness out of both ends, and I'm paying a lot of money to go to a 12-hour-long concert. I should probably mind my health a little bit, even though I'll be probably drunk and blasted out of my mind the whole time. But either way,
Who was it that donated to watch this? Was it Cozy Yup or was it somebody else?
Yes, his name is Yup, formerly of Cozy Test Kitchen, and we hope he brings the channel back.
Oh, that's that guy.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, shout out to him. When's the next time he's going to post? What kind of recipes was he posting on there?
He was doing some, like stuff that we could never even think of. He really had the dank food and drink combo game in a headlock. From my understanding, Susan was suppressing his content. She's not around anymore, though. Maybe it's time for a comeback. We would certainly like to see it, and thank you to Mr. Yup, formerly Cozy Test Kitchen.
Now, these tickets did cost me $14, and you only gave us 10. So if anybody wants to give me 4, since
let's
I had
get
to watch
those 23 paid subscribers to the channel and eat these level 5s, and I'm going to take a level 5 vacation on the toilet.
Bye, everybody.
A peace.